was a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, man? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos, man. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. Say what's up to the people, Coco.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
Man, welcome back. Man, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. Smash that like button. Also, man, for all my YouTube folks, man, hit that subscribe, man. We're trying to get to that 5K. So, man, hit that subscribe, man. Help the platform get to that 5K, man. We trying to get there. We trying to get there, man. So hit that subscribe for all my YouTube folks out there. Also, man, let's hit that share, man. So we want to get this content out to as many of our people as possible, man, so that we can move us in a better direction, man. So hit that share, man. So a couple things we ask, man. Because we won't be on here asking for money. We won't be doing none of that. Because I'm going to be done slap that Cash App up there. But, man, hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do to support the platform. Hit that like button, man. Also, let's say hit that share. Hit that subscribe for my YouTube folks out there, man. Let's say turn on your notifications, man. We drop content all the time. Turn on your notifications, man. So that is all that we ask, man. So like I said, if you enjoy the conversations, if you come here every Wednesday night and rock with us, man, support what we do, man. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. All right. So let me do this real quick as we get into this conversation. Let me get my stuff together. All right. Here's a link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you come with your Apple device, come on through your Apple device, man. We Team Droid over here, but come on through your Apple device. Join us in the conversation, man. Like I said, we welcome all perspectives. This is not a echo chamber show. Anybody who's ever been on this panel know we will get to a point of disagreement. And it is what it is. But if we can do it collectively and move us in a better direction, I'm with it. So yeah, here's a link to join us on the panel. You can also catch this link in the chat feeds as well. So you can check out the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook and get this link as well. So yeah, definitely, man. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right, let me see who we got checking in. Shout out to the real one in the building. He said, hello, everyone. What's going on, the real one? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. One of the mods holding us down. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, Civil, in the building. He said, I'm actually on time. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Appreciate you hopping on with us, man, holding us down every Wednesday night. Shout out to my guy, Vince, in the building. He said, hey, fam, what's going on, Vince? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, man. Like I said, you let me know if you end up needing that link, man. You let me know. And also, shout out to Kenyatta. She said, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you hopping on with us as well, supporting the platform. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go on and get right to it, man. So, we got a video tonight. We only got one, man. So, we almost kind of reacting. But listen, we're going to watch a little interview of a lady. I think she might be in her 50s, early 50s or something. But, yeah, she did an interview on this podcast by Donnie Wiggins and David. I'm sure y'all heard of them. But interesting interview, but I think it's got some value add to the conversations that we have. So so the topic for tonight, Black people lack accountability. Yeah, man. Run that back. Topic for tonight, Black people lack accountability. All right, let me get all my little stuff together. Make sure stuff going what it's supposed to do. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rock this one. Like I said, we'll stop it as need be. We'll go from there. All right, Coco, you ready to get it? All right, let's go on and get on into it.
You had asked that question, it wouldn't have been a fourth date.
For sure.
And so, Katrina, I want to know, what made you exit your last relationship?
Woo, hey, well. Hey, everybody. Let me tell you what made me exit my last relationship. When I realized, and I know you're going to say this is cliche, but honestly, that we weren't aligned. We just were not on the same page, right? Literally, we weren't on the same page. The things that I wanted to do, he wasn't interested in. The things he wanted to do, I tried to be interested in to be fair, but not really. Not really.
All right, quick question based on that statement alone. Now, until we get right back to it. How do you end up in a relationship with somebody that you are unaligned with? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that. Drop a comment, let me know what y'all say. How do you end up in a relationship, or why do you go into a relationship with somebody that you are unaligned or not aligned with? I'm just curious when I hear that statement. Coco, you want to say something real quick?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty easy question to answer. We're getting into relationships too quickly. We're not actually taking the time to get to know people. I think that, before we get to the point where we're dating or courting, as people, courting has made a comeback. Not everybody want to be courted. Not women want to be courted because basically they just want you to pay for a bunch of dates. But we're not actually getting to know people anymore. We're not prioritizing getting to know people. This is why y'all should stop complaining about a coffee date or a smoothie date or an ice cream date or go to the park and have some sandwiches and some fruit. You need to stop complaining about that, because these things give you the opportunity to get to know a person. Stop complaining about sitting across a dinner table with somebody. Why are y'all complaining about that? You need to be doing that. That's how you get to know a person, so that you don't find yourself in a relationship with a stranger. You're strangers. This person is a stranger. You shouldn't be going to his house. He shouldn't be coming to your house. He shouldn't be tricking off a bunch of money on you. You are a stranger. That's essentially what we are. We're strangers. I don't know you. You don't know me. We shouldn't be in a relationship. You're not my husband. I'm not your wife. Like, we should be taking the time to get to know each other first. You guys what? Let's just call a thing a thing. You seen her naked. You don't even know her. She's a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Y'all are weird getting into these relationships with people that you just met, being intimate with people that you just met, virtually strangers, and then you find yourself with somebody for a year, like this woman saying, oh, we didn't like the same things. Girl, you were supposed to find that out in the first couple of dates. Why you sit and waste your time and his to be in a relationship? I'm just saying, y'all. I thought y'all said y'all don't got time for that. Anybody got time for it? So how you in a relationship for almost a year or a year, and then I don't know, we didn't like the same things, girl? What? That doesn't even make sense. But that's exactly how that happens.
All right, no, I was just curious. I said I put some of the comments up there. Let's see, Kenyatta said, let's see, that's not a relationship. They're just, I know what you're saying. Donovan threw it in there hunching. Okay. All right. I was just curious. I hear people say that they get in these relationships and they ain't aligned. And I'm just like, how does that even happen? How you all get all the way to the relationship and y'all ain't aligned? Like, so you didn't figure that out when y'all was dating? You ain't figured that out when y'all was kicking it? Like, so none of that ever came up, huh? But we're going to keep going.
What are some of the things that y'all weren't aligned on?
Well, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a God person. I believe in God. I believe in prayer. I believe in going to church. I believe in going to God when it comes to my partnerships, all of those things. That necessarily wasn't his way of handling, or, when it came to relationships or handling conflict at all. Matter of fact, his way of handling conflict was just to shut down.
I be doing that.
I hate that, because I'm a talker. I'm a communicator.
Yeah.
And we don't have to have the right answers. We don't. I just need you to tell me what I could do. And it was always a test. Like, maybe he was feeling something, but he wouldn't tell me. So he watched me, I guess, do or not do whatever he wanted. And instead of saying, hey, I don't like that, or hey, I like that, he'd just say nothing. So when I said, hey, I don't like this, that's when it all came out. Well, you did this and you did that and you did this and you did that. And I never said anything. Well, why didn't you?
How long ago was this?
Well, about 1.5 years now.
Okay.
About 1.5 years.
And how long did you stay in that situation?
About 1.5 years. Yeah. So almost 2 years in the relationship.
Do you think if you would have asked him his communication style and how he handled conflict in dates 1, 2, or 3, there would have been a 4th date?
Absolutely. So here's the deal. I honestly found out quick that I didn't want to be in a relationship, right? But
With him or just period?
With him. Because there was a conflict that happened at a party that I had at my house, a get together, the moo party, pajama party. And one of my male friends needed to sleep over that I've known, right? I understood that that was probably, I know, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, real quick, before you finish, what is a moo party?
See what I'm saying? 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. Like, that's crazy. How do you date somebody for 2 years? Tell me something. He wasn't God-fearing. Girl, if you wanted a God-fearing man, you should have prioritized that. That should have been, you could ask that question or date 1 or 2. I'm with Donnie on this one. Like, girl, you didn't ask this in the first couple of dates? Like, you didn't know if he believed in the same God, he don't worship the same way you didn't know all of this in the first 2 dates? I'm with Donnie on this one. You said, what kind of questions did you ask this man? Like, what were y'all conversations? And 2 years, I thought it was just a year. She said 1.5 years, almost 2 years.
What's his career? How much money you making? What kind of trips he want to go on? You know what she was asking, the wrong stuff.
She spent 2 years trying to remold him. Is that what it is?
Man, something.
It don't make sense. I'm gonna stop.
So we all had muumuus and
You
pajamas.
know, the big dresses.
The big muumuus.
Like that grandmas used to wear, but now we made them sexy.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's women and
Medea
men
wears
there?
a muumuu.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
It's women and men there?
Yeah, so they had pajamas, muumuu and pajamas is what it was. Muumuu and pajama parties. And so I said something to my friend at the time, and I was like, "Hey, this is an old friend of mine. I have 3-level townhouse. He's going to be on the bottom floor. He's drunk. He can't drive." Well, he didn't like that. Okay, I guess I can understand. You know, I get it.
So, fellas, all my fellas in the comments, I got a question. So, you dating a young lady. She have a little party. She got some guy that she calls her friend. He get drunk at the party. He want to spend the night and sleep over the crib. What's y'all position on that? I'm just curious. Is y'all okay with my man sleeping at the crib? You know what I'm saying? Doing what he do? Or is y'all saying my man need to catch that Uber and go to the crib? So I'm just curious.
How would she feel?
Yeah, as this man's girlfriend at the time, you asking him to let some man that you got history with stay over your house because he done drank too much. And I guess he's supposed to be okay with that. Fellas, drop a comment. Let me know what y'all say to that.
You see what Donovan said?
I see it.
No. Be so for real. I mean, just be honest. Like, as a woman, I mean, flip it, right? Like, would you want your man to tell you that a female that he's been friends with forever, she just got a little too drunk and she just wants to sleep over? Like, let's be so for real. And she's supposed to say, "Oh yeah, that's okay," since you've known her forever. Come on now, y'all.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep it moving.
But instead of that, he just me trying to talk to him, he just walks out. And he doesn't talk about it. And then when I am talking to him, the way he expresses himself, he had some choice words. I don't do choice words. I don't do choice words.
How long were you in a relationship before this happened?
Oh, so probably almost 2 years because I was engaged and my fiance died in 22. Passed away.
No, y'all were together.
No, you were only together for a year and a half.
No.
So we're talking about the last boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You were in that relationship for a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
And he was at the moo party.
And he was at the moo party. But you said you realized very quickly that you didn't want to be with him.
Right.
How long into the relationship did that happen?
3-4 months.
Why'd you stay that long?
You do choice words.
No.
As soon as she got them choice words.
She chose the choice words.
No, so here's the deal. I don't do choice words, right? Here's the deal. So I was breaking up, but I let my friends say, "Hey, that's a good guy. Maybe just give him a chance." I didn't go with what I know. You know, I'm trying to think, well, maybe let me try this. You know, he's a good guy. He's this and that, give him the opportunity. I was ready to break up. I was done because I do have a short fuse. Like, I'll walk out quick. Mm-hmm. I'll leave fast. So I was trying to give myself the benefit of trying something different. Mm-hmm. And then, so it went good for a little while. And then, you know how you stay in something and you want it to work, even though you know it's not working.
Sure.
Yeah. And because I wanted it to work, because I'm a relationship girl.
I often encourage singles to try something that they hadn't tried before, but never choice words.
Well, I never got.
When I'm thinking about giving something different a shot, it is not the man with the choice words.
No, you're not calling me out of my name. We don't do that. That's never. That's a no.
What were the words he chose?
Well, just you would do. Oh, so this is what you do because you would let a dude stay at your house? I'm like, this is my friend. Like, you're accusing me of doing other things, or that's not who I am. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. You don't cuss me. You don't disrespect me. I don't do that. I was raised with all boys. Mm-hmm. I'm a little rough around the edges, but I know how to be soft. Yeah. But we don't do that.
Okay. So he did curse at you?
No, he didn't curse.
Oh, well, then those aren't choice words.
It was just a red flag of him being jealous.
No, he didn't curse.
So why you say that then? So why you presented like my man was just going in on you, cussing you out and all of that? Now we come to find out that really he just was questioning some of your actions. Like, that's not choice words.
because
So,
she didn't want to be held accountable then with him, and she doesn't want to be held accountable now with the interview. That's what it is. It's like, cause girl, and then you see how she tried to put on her friends. It's like, oh, well, my friend said, oh no, that's a good man, and you should just give him a shot. And I'm just thinking to myself, wait a minute. Like, if you said he said some things that you just didn't like and you're not with, then why would you allow your friends to, yes, exactly, Victoria. She's backpedaling. You allowed your friends to talk you out of something that you knew. You said it's you, it's in you. You know that you don't do this and you're not with that and you don't like this, and it was disrespectful. So you let this man disrespect you, and then you let your friends tell you that it was okay. No accountability. Like, basically, there was something else that was keeping you in this relationship, whatever it was. And I don't know yet. We're gonna let her keep talking. She's probably gonna tell us. But there was some reason why you stayed in this relationship, past the fact that he wasn't God fearing, past the fact that you guys didn't have anything in common that you like to do together, past the fact that 3 to 4 months in he showed himself and had some choice words and was disrespectful. You made it past those 3 or 4 months to almost 2 years. You're not taking accountability for your participation in this. There was some reason why you clung to this man, why you stayed with him, even though he was all of the things that you said he was. Now red flags all over the place, but you don't want to be held accountable for the fact that you stayed and why you chose to stay. It's not your friends. You stay because you wanted to stay for whatever reason, and we're gonna see if she tell us what that is.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
No, I don't do that. I don't curse you. Don't curse me. No.
Okay. All right. So you exited that relationship, and would he agree? Would his story be the same, that he didn't know how to effectively communicate and you guys weren't aligned? What would he say was wrong with you?
He would. I don't know. Let me think. Let me be honest. Let me think what he would say was wrong with me. I'm really trying to think. What
Hold
would
on
he
real
say
quick.
is
Would
wrong
he
with
say you have a short fuse or you get upset? Because that's what you just said to us.
But I can, but I don't. I literally have learned how to not go off.
Okay.
But I can.
Stop the cap.
Ma'am. They just asked you a direct question. Basically, what would my man say was wrong with you? And you mean to tell me you can't give us nothing? You
No
mean to tell me you can't give
accountability.
us nothing?
No accountability. No lacking self-awareness. No accountability.
You know what? In these situations, I would love to hear from the men. I would love to hear from the men, but I'm gonna get back to it. But I got to do this one more time.
Stop the cap.
All right, let me keep going.
Leave quick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
I can break up fast, but I'm not gonna go off. And so maybe I don't give things a long enough chance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just over BS.
Man, stop the cap. You just said you did 2 years. You did 2 years with a dude that you wasn't in sync with on no level at all. But you talking about you be leaving quick. Man, she over here.
Stop the cap.
All right, let me keep going.
Now, everything that almost looks like a red flag, I'm done.
Did you break up a bunch of times?
No.
Not break up, but like, all right, I'm done. Yes, you did, because I saw that little face you made.
I could say in the year and a half, maybe 3 times I did that.
So every 4 or 5 months. Yeah, we're breaking it up.
Yeah. I was done because I was just exhausted because I felt like you weren't giving what I was giving.
So why do we stay so long?
Familiarity. That's one. It's easier to deal with the demon they say that you know than try to go out because.
Okay, so you were having sexual relations with this man, and basically it was just easy to keep him around, at least for that and the companionship. And so it was just easier to do that than for you to go back out here and try to find somebody else that would, warm your bed and, be somebody you can go have some dinner with from time to time. It's gotta be because you breaking up with this man for every 4, what did he say, 4 or 5 months? You breaking up with this man over the span of 2 years? Like, come on, sis.
Yeah, this mess sound crazy, man.
Come on, sis.
This mess sound crazy, man.
It's dysfunctional. It's dysfunctional. And the whole time, I don't know if she understands that the whole time they're just pulling it out of her that she's the problem. Little by little, the questions that they're asking her is really should be showing her that she's the problem, but she's still not getting it. This is what we mean when we say Black people lack accountability, right? This is what we mean, right? They're asking her the right questions. They're asking her specific questions. And it really is pointing to the fact that you were complicit in this. Like you were in it. You were in it with this man. He wasn't the only one throwing red flags. But somehow this is about you choosing to leave, and you chose to leave, and why you left.
Nah, I ain't giving it that pass.
Because you think that there's nothing in the dating field anymore. Because you see potential. You're like, but I see this working. You know, he didn't hit me or he didn't curse at me, but I don't like the way he treats me. For me, it doesn't have to go to those extremes. The way you treat me is really, really, really important. Like, I need to be I'm not necessarily saying the first or priority, but I do need to be important.
Yeah.
I do need to be considered, because I'm going to consider you. So when you don't do that, then that's a problem for me.
But you're a dating coach. Aren't there men in your space, a dime a dozen, that are single? Like, as a dating coach, you stayed in a situation where you weren't.
I'm sorry, she's a dating coach?
That's what they saying. I
You
ain't never
didn't
heard
tell
of
me
it.
that.
That's what they saying.
This woman is a dating coach? Oh, okay. All right.
Pleased with the way a man treated you.
And so that's so funny, because that's what people ask. Why are you not in a relationship, right? A lot of the things that I teach and coach, I also have to apply to myself. I am human, but what I did in that situation was listen to other people, because I thought maybe I was being too hard, right? I thought maybe I was cutting out too fast. Maybe I wasn't given the benefits of the doubt. So let me try this. I don't like it. I don't like to feel away, because I don't make people feel away, I hope. I just want to be considered when you're in a relationship with me, because I feel like that when you love someone, you consider them. You consider how they feel. You consider how the way you move makes them feel. And when you do that, that shows me that you don't really care about me. Now, I believe in telling you, right? Let me give you the opportunity. Hey, this is how this made me feel. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But then so that gives you the opportunity to turn around and be like, okay, well, she doesn't like that, so let me change that. When you don't change that, that tells me how you feel.
Okay.
So, but staying is just like, I see that little glimpse of let me try. I would never tell people to keep going. I am the year girl. Even though I went over a year, I'm the year girl. At a year, if we're not seeing, then I'm good.
You know the one red flag that I see right away?
Talk to me.
She still hasn't been able to tell us what he would say was wrong.
Well, I'm honestly trying to think.
Shocking.
I'm waiting on that. I'm
Shocking.
still waiting on that answer.
You see what I'm saying? Because she hasn't. I mean, this interview, they're literally trying to hold her accountable. We're actively seeing them attempt to hold her accountable and make her think about how she basically was complicit in this entire situation and how it went left. She was complicit, but she is not. She's not taking accountability, y'all. Okay.
Because I know I'm as perfect as I may seem. I'm just being funny. I'm not perfect. But I honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm thinking really hard.
If I was a relationship coach, I would tell my clients that would be the first problem.
What? When
Not
you
even knowing what your problem is.
No, I don't. I know what my problem
That's
can
what we're
be.
asking.
I don't know if that's what he would say.
So tell us the problems. I know exactly what my wife would say.
What?
Would be the issue. I got a bunch of. I shut down. Okay. I can be very selfish because I'm focused on my business and I'm not considering the family. I'm not considerate. I'm like emotionally void sometimes. You know what I mean? Because she can't get through and read. I don't communicate what I'm feeling. I just kind of go into a hole. There's a lot.
I need somebody to answer that question for me right there, because I noticed that is a clear difference between men and women. Like, why does it seem like it's easier for a man to answer that question? Yeah, when with regard to who's the problem or what the problem is, why does it seem like it's easier for a man to answer that question than a woman? Yeah, I'm
Because
just
women,
curious because I
women can,
noticed the young lady, she's still dodging that question, and it's like David, he just come right out the gate, and he just knocking them down right off his hands, like, yeah, this, and this, and I'm like, why can't we get the same response from the woman? If she says she's a great communicator and this and that, and I know she probably feels like she's emotionally intelligent and all the other things that I hear on the internet, but yet she can't answer a question of how she would have been a problem in their relationship. So I'm just curious, what's the difference? Go ahead, Coco.
yeah, sorry about that. Because like Donovan said, men don't deflect. And obviously, guys, we're speaking in general terms. We don't know every human being living, right? But in general, I do see women more apt to skirt accountability, to just not be realistic, not want to take ownership of their stuff. Like women, we can tend to make a lot of excuses for ourselves, people around us that we care about. Like we just tend to do that. And this woman here is doing the same thing. I also see with us women, we tend to be more of a play the victim. We want to victimize ourselves and put us in a position where somebody is always doing something to us, right? It's not me, it's this person or it's that person. My friends told me to stay with him.
Oh,
Like
come on.
even though you're a dating coach. So now I'm supposed to listen to you say these things, and then I'm supposed to want to consult with you. You can't consult with me. You cannot give me advice on how to date. You stayed with a man for 2 years that you said you didn't even have common interests with. And you broke up with him every 4 to 5 months. So you can't help me. Like, what can you? This is why we're saying, like, you guys have to start listening to people that at least at minimum have some type of successful experiences, like where they have been successful. They got a track record. You can see the success. You taking advice from somebody who can't even do the thing that they're counseling you on. They can't do it successfully. How are they supposed to show you how to do it? But this is my biggest issue for women. And I think there's pride in that. I do. I think that there is a deep-seated pride in women. We talk about male pride, but I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a deep-seated pride in women, and I think that's why women don't want to be held accountable or take accountability for any of their actions. Too proud.
Let me keep going.
There's a lot, but I know my issues. But I don't know if knowing your issues and not fixing it is worse than not knowing your issues. What do you think?
Well, they say to know and not to do is the same thing as not to know.
Is it?
That's why I never be a relationship coach. But you don't know what your problem is. You have problems.
Sure.
So what would he say that he didn't like? I know one thing he'd say.
What? Tell me.
You made him feel disposable.
You think?
For sure.
Why would you say that?
Every few months you're saying, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I will.
He'd say that.
And that's what I've tried to work on. I will give up quick.
I would never feel safe in a situation with a man who threatened to leave me every 6 months.
Yeah.
How can I settle there? Like, think of it like renting an apartment. You're renting an apartment from a private landlord, and they say, well, every 6 months, I might be ready to sell the place. Can you really like fully unpack and get comfortable and settle in that space? Or are you always going to be living with one eye open because at any given time, they may choose to make you vacate the premises? That's how that feels.
I can take that and I can understand that. I can even go with that. And I'm not about to make an excuse
Yes,
about
you
it.
are.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna give you the reason why. This is not an it's not an excuse though. This is not an excuse. I'm not saying he should have
Getting very excuse-ish to me. It's
It's
getting
not an
Anytime somebody says, I'm not going to give an excuse, but
I'm literally
But here's the
okay. Let me
excuse.
say I'm not going to give an excuse, and
Okay.
I'm going to tell you exactly why I felt that way. Because when I don't feel safe, I put up walls. Like when I don't feel covered, when I don't feel safe, like when I don't feel like this is a safe place for myself, then I will exit quickly. I know that.
Okay, but even to this point right here. So she's saying that if she don't feel safe, she's going to exit quickly. So then why do you attach yourself to a man for 2 years that doesn't make you feel safe, and then after you guys separate, then
That
you want to
part.
talk about you don't feel safe?
That part.
Like, this is what I'm saying. Like I hear these types of things all the time. Women talking about they don't feel safe, but you attaching yourself to unsafe situations, then complain that you don't feel safe. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yep, I
It's like
agree.
you setting yourself up for failure. Then to your point, Coco, then she wants to put herself in the victim scenario, like he wasn't doing something right. And it's like I don't understand that. Why put yourself? Why go up in the building and they already shooting in there? Why go up in the building talking about you don't feel safe? Like you can hear the shots from outside the building. So why even go in the building? Like I don't understand the mentality. But like I said the accountability is definitely missing. Just listening to some of these things that's being said. But let me keep going. Let me keep going.
That's one of my problems. I will exit quickly if I don't feel safe.
But you didn't feel safe. He probably, we're guessing, but he probably didn't feel safe. In this dynamic, who makes who feel safe first?
And look, I would say, I'm just gonna be. I would say, I hate to say the man, right? I'm not gonna say that, but I would say
I
that.
hate to say the man.
but I'm going to say,
But I'm gonna say it.
but I hate to say
I
it.
hate to say it because it sounds like you all feel like I feel like the man should set the standard, and I do. I do feel like the man should set the standard in the relationship.
Okay.
I do. When he sets the standard, we follow. You know, when you set the atmosphere, we follow. And when I did not start to feel
Okay. Well, see. Let me hold on. I gotta. Let me get back. Let me get back on it.
Stop the cap.
But see, here we go again. So you saying that the man sets the standard and then you follow. But then when he set the standard, when you was trying to have your boy sleeping up at the house, then you had a problem with him calling you out about that. But yet now you saying if he sets the standard, then you gonna follow. So why you didn't follow when he had that issue with your drunk friend trying to post up in the crib? Yeah, this stuff just don't be making sense. Because I said this is back to that whole leadership topic, and it's just like, okay, so you got a man coming in setting some structure, but then you didn't want to follow it. That's when you was talking about he was using some choice words when he really wasn't. He just was voicing his concerns. But now you saying the man is supposed to set the tone or set the structure, and then you follow. But you don't actually do you don't actually do the things that you sitting here saying. Yeah, this is some crazy stuff right here. Let me get back to it.
safe, considered, and all the things, then maybe I did make him feel disposable. The problem is here for me is you never told me anything. To this day, I honestly couldn't tell you outside of my side why he would say we're not together.
Could we call him?
Girl. No. And I'm only saying that because he
just
made,
joking.
and I would, because I would like
You
to
want to
know.
know? Are you
But
still like?
cool with him?
Are you cool with him?
Yeah, we all right.
That wasn't my question. It sounds like you still need closure.
And I hate that I have to have it because I don't think you can always get it.
Get him on the phone.
Yeah, but
Let's call him.
here's the thing. I don't know.
The only reason why, though, is because he would really feel put on the spot. He doesn't like all the spotlight stuff
Okay.
like that I do because he likes to be in the background.
Okay.
But
You
if
said you don't know why the relationship is over? Is that what you said?
on his end,
Oh, here's it.
like I have no clue.
But you need to know.
So here's what I see. Another thing he would say
What?
is that he's never been heard, or you aren't interested in hearing. Because if you don't know why the relationship's over, that tells me that y'all didn't sit down and say, okay, tell me what the issue is.
That's not true.
Then
I
what
asked.
Then what did he say?
Nothing. He had that's the problem. There was no communication.
Okay.
I'm a very
I've experienced
open
Okay,
person.
so let me tell you. My wife would say, "What's wrong?" And I don't tell her what's wrong. But my wife is emotionally intelligent to know that she has to be patient. I'm not ready to talk right now.
How long did it take her to understand that? To get that about you?
Well,
and how long did it take for you all to have to work for her to understand that point?
It took a little while.
It took a little while. So we're talking about 1.5 years, right?
No. I'm not saying, well, I mean, 1.5 years, that's when you start to have the challenges.
Absolutely.
First few months, y'all good, unless you see some flags or
Absolutely.
whatever. But what I'm saying is, in this 1.5 years, there's like, okay, we're not really talking to each other. We are talking to each other. We're not talking to each other. We are talking to each other. We're in a good situation because we're together, obviously, but then we're not, right? But trying to talk to a man like that when y'all aren't talking and he's a person that shuts down anyway, he's going to shut down further. We have to want to know about the person in the happy time. So when we're good, that's when my wife gives these questions that I hate. So tell me, where do you think we're most compatible? And I'm like, dang, we're having a good day.
Yeah.
But because I want the day to keep being a good
Right,
day,
you go with it.
I answer.
And so that's amazing. I totally agree. I understand that. What I'm saying to you all is those questions were just off. I could not have those conversations. Not I couldn't. When I would want to have those conversations, it was very vague. And when I would try to explain to him, like, hey, I want us to know each other. I want to know what.
What was
makes
the
you-
vague stuff that he said, though?
Like just general. All his answers were just kind of
Just
general.
give me one.
Shucks, I don't know.
It's been
okay. Yeah, I do. So we talked about marriage, right? We were talking about marriage, and I asked him. I said, "Is marriage something that you want?" He was like, "Yeah, I kind of want it, but it's not that. It's just really not that important." I'm like, "So, do you know if you want to be married, if you don't? Like, are you saying that it's not important?" But what is it? Because for me it's important. So I'm letting you know. So
sure.
for me it's important, and it's something that I want to do, right? So every answer would always be like, yeah, I do, but it's not that important, right? To me that's vague. And then I also
That
want
is
to ask.
very direct.
that was clear to me.
That was
You
super
thought it was
clear.
Super.
See what I'm saying? So this is not looking good for her. He wasn't God-fearing. That's what you wanted. You broke up with him every 4 or 5 months. You guys didn't have very many, if any, at all, common interests. You didn't like the way he communicated or his lack of communication. And you asked him directly about marriage, and she said he was vague. He was not, in fact, vague. He told you marriage is okay, but it's not really something that he's just prioritizing. And it takes Donnie to tell you, no, that sounds pretty direct to me. And you still don't want to say, oh, no. You think, yes, girl, the man is basically telling you he ain't really got to get married. He ain't really got to get married. It's not really on his bingo card. And you stayed throughout all these conversations. How you, and she's coaching people on how to date? Y'all.
It's crazy,
Okay.
ain't it? Somebody paying for them services.
Y'all make anybody rich out here. Let me start my dating service.
Super clear.
Yeah.
It didn't come packaged. What I'm hearing is that his responses didn't come packaged the way you wanted them. You wanted him to say, "Yes, I desire marriage, but I want it with you."
No, he could have said, yes, I desire marriage, but I'm not sure if it's with you. And that's
But that's the way you wanted it packaged.
Yeah.
But he gave you his response.
and I heard it, right?
Yeah.
So in those answers, it was always, I want you to say it directly, basically. Just say it directly. Because I even asked, take this one. I even asked, do you see me as your wife? This is what he says. You would be a good wife.
He's giving you an answer.
That is a very direct
That is
answer.
a very
No,
direct
it
answer.
is.
It's
I get-
extremely
But
direct.
that's what I'm
If
saying.
any man who you say, "Do you see me?"
You would be a good wife, but not for me. That's what I'm hearing. You would make a good wife. This not for me.
Me as your wife, and then he responds, "You make a great wife." He's saying that you'd be a great wife
but
for
not
somebody
for
else.
him. Exactly.
But I wouldn't even want to sit there for the rest that came after that. Like, I get it. Okay, cool. Now I move differently.
Yes.
Based on that. I'm not going to push. I think that a lot of people are in marriages and relationships today because one person pushed until it was like, fine, yeah, okay, I want to marry you.
And I don't. And so therefore, just like you said, I began to move differently. But when I began to move differently, that felt a way to him. It didn't matter to me. I knew that we were on the way out. For me, in my mind, I was already on the way out because I did know I'm not who you want to be with, and that's okay.
Okay, so you were married for how long?
6 years.
You were married for 6 years. Your husband passed.
No, my first husband divorced. My fiance, I was
Passed.
Yes.
Okay, your first husband.
Oh, come on.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
You divorced. How long ago was that divorce?
2011.
Okay, so that's been some time. Your fiance passed. You dated someone who you were not clearly aligned with. Have you gone on casual dates since then?
No.
It's been a year and a half.
No. Well, I went on a date after too quickly, and then after that, I haven't done anything.
Why was it too quickly?
Because we broke up probably in June, July, and I was back out with somebody on a beach trip in probably like 3 weeks.
Come on, beach trip.
Listen,
I mean, I'm serious.
Man, come on. Come on now. So you separated from my man, then a couple weeks later you was out with some other cat out on the beach trip. Like, let me ask this question. I'm just
Maybe
curious.
he was God fearing.
Maybe.
Ah.
Yeah, right on the beach. But I'm
Ah.
just curious. I keep hearing this. What is the point, especially with the stuff, the nonsense that's going on these days? What is the point of casual dating in 2026, 2025, 2027? What is the point of casual dating with what is going on now? I'm just curious. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know y'all position on that. I'm just curious. I just want to know something.
I believe in.
Yeah.
I don't need.
I'd have done the same thing.
Listen,
Because
I'm back outside.
like for what?
For sure.
Like what? I don't mourn things.
Yeah, for sure. I ain't mad at that.
Well, then it wouldn't have been too quick if you're not in mourning.
Yeah, I don't mourn things, but maybe I use stuff.
My bad. Donnie reading her today. Donnie reading the heck out of this lady today.
To get over things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Get under one to get over another. Yeah. So
with all your experience now, being a dating coach, this is what you do. What matters in a man for you today?
how you treat me and your morals and your character. It doesn't, how you look is not a factor. I don't want nobody just all out the way, but how you look is not necessary. I need to be able to kind of look at you a little bit, and see where I could fix some stuff if we needed to. But how you treat me is really the biggest factor. How you support me even more so, because I have every venture in the world, right? And so can I tell you one of the biggest things for me, honestly, that I have not had in any relationship that I've been in? Mm-hmm. And that is somebody to teach me something.
Oh, girl, you're
I have
speaking my
taught
language.
everybody,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when did she stop talking long enough to learn? Because I'm just listening to his interview, and Donnie is trying to. What's the gentleman's name again? I'm sorry.
David.
Donnie and David are both trying to kind of school her in different ways on different points, right? Him from the male perspective, Donnie from the female perspective. And it's all kind of going over her head. She's not accepting any of it. She's not receptive to it. So how, I want to know I'm curious what that would look like, a man trying to teach her something. Like, what does that actually look like? What does she actually mean? Because I don't even see her receiving. She can't even answer a question directly that they give her.
Well, how is that even happening though? Right. So how are ladies, because I know we got some ladies in the comments as well, fellas in the comments. I'm just curious because I'm trying to understand this stuff. I hear it all the time and I'm trying to understand, how do we get to this point? Yep. How are ladies getting with all these different men that they can't learn anything from? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that. Yep. How are ladies getting with all of these different men, but yet they can't learn anything from the men? Like, I don't understand that. Because I'm like, is that a man issue or is that a you issue? Yeah, if you're getting in relationships with folks, I'm assuming that there's been some type of vetting, some type of something. So you should be able to know, you know what I'm saying, what this person has got going on in their head, what space they in. Because I know a lot of folks is concerned about money and career and businesses. You know, everybody entrepreneurs now, 9, 10, 11 businesses and all of this. So it's like, you mean to tell me you going from man to man? Because this lady, like I said, she's in her 50s. You going from man to man to man. And out of all of these relationships, you have never crossed a man that you've been able to learn something from. Like, make that make sense. Because that don't even make sense to me. Make that make sense. Go ahead, Vince. I just saw you hop on, man.
Point blank, period. It's over for her. She don't know what she wants. And the funny thing about it is, before I married, and that's why I'm so glad I married, this is all I used to run across. These educated, I want a God-fearing man, but I want to drop it like it's hot. I want to take these trips and have sex on the first date, then say I want a God-fearing man. But I don't want you to tell me nothing now. I don't want you to tell me what I don't want to hear. I want you to try to tell me about my kids, or tell me about my bad bills, or tell me about my attitude. I just want you to do what I want you to do.
Mm.
And so what happens is they spin around for a few. I'm telling you, this dude left her, but she would never admit it.
Right.
That's why she ain't say call him. That's why she ain't say, well, what happened? He probably left her. He spin around a couple times, and she's insufferable. That's why our marriage ain't last 6 years. 6 years is nothing. Me and Remy we just celebrated 7, and it's like it just went by so fast. So 6 years, they ain't even, got it in. They ain't even got the foundation set real good. And this was in her 30s, probably late 30s, probably married for 6 years. So she ended in 40s, and now it's over for her. Cause a man who could teach her something, she ain't gonna listen to no way. And a man who gonna teach her something ain't gonna let her do all that damn talking.
Yeah,
He
good
don't need
point.
her to talk that much. She talk too much.
That's a good point.
About nothing.
That's a good point. All right, let me get back in it.
Relationship that has left, that I have left, somebody came out with something. If they look at their life, they'll say, Katrina did that. That was because of Katrina. I got this because of Katrina. I can't say that about anybody.
So you don't feel like there's been a man in your life that's left you better than they found you?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
I can relate to that. One of the things, I'm a sapiosexual, meaning I am attracted to intelligent
Me too.
people.
Absolutely.
Right? Intelligent friendships, intelligent romantic relationships. Give me the smart people who can teach me something.
Yes.
And not even like the book smart people, just somebody who's like deeply passionate about a thing and that can increase my interest in making it happen. So you hadn't met a single person like that. I've met men like that. Why are you not finding those men?
Because I am I don't want to say teacher. I'm a giver. I'm a pourer. And I can say that comes from not having people
come on.
pour into me. So it becomes a thing that I'm a fixer, right? So if I see 2 different men, this was before, honestly.
You notice how women like this, when they ask the direct question about what's wrong, like, why aren't you able to do this? Or why aren't you able to do that? Or why hasn't this worked out for you? They always find a way to explain it away that makes them look good. Oh, it's because I'm just so much of a giver. Oh, it's because I give people so many chances. I'm so patient with people. I give too much. It's like, y'all can't ever, this is what we mean when we say black people lack accountability. You can't ever just say, I stayed too long in this because we was hunching and it was good. Or I stayed too long into this because, you know what I'm saying? I was tired. I didn't want to go out there and get back into the dating pool. I didn't feel like looking for nobody else. He was here. He was convenient. He was available. And so, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to make it work. Like, just be honest. I can respect it. But to try to put yourself in a position where it's always about, well, it's just because I'm just so good. I'm just so good of a person. It's crazy.
Hey, Quay, if you look back at my comments, I said that thing. Before all this, I said, I wait for her to say she's too nice. That's always
you
it.
knew it was
I'm
coming.
just too nice. That's
You
yeah,
knew it was.
I'm just too nice. I give too much.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. She's gonna say she's too nice.
Yeah, no, I think that's an easy excuse to use. And I said people use it to mask a lot of their shortcomings or a lot of their issues. So, yeah, I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it.
I could say this, and one of them didn't need anything from me, and one of them needed to be fixed, I would go to the fixer. I would go to the fixer because it makes me feel a way when I'm able to pour into somebody. It's kind of my language or something that feels me, and I can honestly say it's because I didn't get that feeling, before.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what's happening.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and for the gentleman that's watching this, just so that they know who they're dealing with, there's going to be my assessment.
Okay.
You are a fixer. This gentleman told you that marriage isn't important to him, but it's important to you. That you continue to move forward because you tried to fix that. And you can't fix that. Or he may give you glimpses of what he's saying in those conversations, like, okay, so tell me what the problem is. And he'll say something. But I believe, and again, I just met you a few minutes ago, you are trying to fix that answer. Or you're trying to get me, you're trying to get the person to say it the way you want it to be said, because you may be a natural fixer. And that's okay. So there are some people that want to be fixed. But for the guy, the way you described him, he does not want to be fixed. My wife cannot fix me. She has to lead me to a point where I say, I want to fix this about myself. But you may be one of those people that are trying to fix everything. And not everybody wants to be fixed.
She's a dating coach. And it makes sense that you're trying to coach the men that you're dating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I always find a client, not a companion.
You know what? Let me do this again. Let me get my stuff right.
Stop the cap.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm listening to this. I'm gonna call her a young lady. I'm listening to this young lady talk, and I'm starting to think that she is a dating coach because she's figured out that she can hide behind that.
Wait, she ain't young.
No,
She
I
ain't
know.
young.
I'm being nice. No, she's in her
No,
50s.
and see this is why Kevin Samuels was so important. He's the reason why these ladies can. She's a fixer. No, she's not a fixer. She's not a fixer. She can't attract what she wants. That's why you can't attract what you want because you talk too much. You can't attract what you want because you're not genuine. You're not sincere. It ain't you're a fixer. That's some bullshit. No, you just can't attract what you want, and you never will.
I agree. No, I
And so
agree
that's
with
what
you,
he
man.
need to tell her. And then well, what do you think? And then, if he could be honest with her, he'll tell her to be quiet. Be quiet. You do too much talking.
Yeah.
You want this strong alpha. I ain't gonna say alpha. She wants this strong type of man, but she can't have. She don't even come off as a woman that can handle that type of man.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I
it would
agree.
always be, oh, why I got to do that? Why this? Why that? I got all this on my own. I'm a PhD. I'm a doctor. Why I got it?
They gonna bump heads.
Cause if she don't respect me, because if that man told him, she should have known that friend in her house was making her man uncomfortable. He shouldn't have had to say anything. She should have known the type of man she had, and that wasn't gonna be all right. So yeah, we friends, but my man is here. So get you a Uber. Hey, girl, can you drop Calvin off?
Right.
But see, she dates men that she don't respect.
Yeah. No, that's where I was going with it. That's why I was saying, listening to her, I'm having a better understanding of why she's a dating coach. Because see, being a dating coach, it puts you in a position to critique other folks, but ain't nobody critiquing you. Yeah, but see, she needs to be critiqued because see, she has a lot of issues just based on what she's been saying. Even Donnie is digging into her. Like she got a lot of issues, but see, putting herself in this dating coach position, see, now she get a chance to tell everybody else or put her perspective on what everybody else is doing. But see, nobody is questioning or looking at what she's doing. Yeah, so that's what I'm hearing. The more she talks, I'm just like, now I understand why you trying to do the dating coach thing, because I said it's allowing you to, one, escape accountability, and two, it's allowing you to escape some judgment on this nonsense that you out here doing. All right, let me get back in it.
And so the goal for me now, because I'm aware, is to find a companion. Be okay with the person who doesn't need anything from me, any help from me, any direction from me. I was not okay with that a lot because I felt like I had no place if I had nothing to give in that space. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've recognized that about myself, and that was the reason why I haven't dated. I needed to look at myself and be like, okay, girl, what's going on here now?
Someone would say, and I'm looking, we're broadcasting live on Instagram, and I'm looking at one of the comments, and they said, she's a dating coach and needs help dating, needs coaching. And I feel so many different ways about that question. I'm a business coach. I have business coaches.
Right.
I still need help, right? But that doesn't disqualify my ability to coach you in some areas.
That's exactly right. Sure.
How do you respond to people who say, you're a dating coach, you're single, and you need help, you don't have it all together?
So this is how I would respond. First of all, every coach is still human. There's a lot of coaches who don't know all the plays and what they're, when they're out there trying to coach somebody how to do the game, right? To be smart is to understand you do need help in areas and look for those areas so that when I correct myself, I also can correct who I'm coaching. I don't have a problem being not perfect in the areas. Doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. Doesn't mean I haven't had the experiences and the research and the certifications to understand that what it takes to get this done is what it takes to get this done. Even if some routes I
Can y'all walk me through, because you guys are men, can y'all walk me through any sport where they choose a coach that is inexperienced? I mean, what's the criteria? I won't even pretend to know sports, but what's the criteria when they choose a coach for a team?
I mean, he definitely got to have some experience. And like I said, he's definitely got to have some type of proven track record or at least come heavily recommended. There's got to be something there before somebody going to sign off on him and give him that type of contract. You want to add to that, Vince?
But she's not even successful.
That's my
She's been
point.
divorced. She can't even, it'll be different if she maybe got divorced and was remarried, or her husband died, or she was in long-term relationships and they just didn't work out. She can't keep a man over a couple years. And that's funny to me because I don't listen to people who don't. If I'm talking about something, if you're not successful, and I don't listen to you. I don't listen to people about finances who I don't know that they have a good grasp on finances. I don't talk to people about marriage who's not married and successfully married. Now, you might have had some issues, but if you know your issues, then I might listen to you. If this a guy, man, I was married for 10 years and man, I did this and I did that and I've learned from it and I'm trying to change. I'm not gonna listen to somebody who, well, I don't know what happened, I was a good husband, I did everything she wanted. I paid all the bills, I gave her some good dick. I don't know what happened. Then no, I can't listen to you because you're not even self-aware. You know what I'm saying? So I think people like to go to these type of people because it feed into what they don't want to change. She's the type of person that tell every woman she probably coach. It ain't her. It's him. You ain't got to change nothing, girl. You just got to find you a man that meets your standards.
Yeah, that's about right. Go ahead, Coco. You want to go ahead?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I think that's the difference. Like, I agree that people are human and that people can make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So I'm not saying you can't you can't meet someone that has a whole testimony of I've been through this, this, and this. Let me show you how to avoid these particular things. That's a different conversation because that's life experience. That right there is experience. They're going to teach you how not to do the things that they've done, how to avoid those things. Now we talking, because you can teach me that because you've been there. But to say I've never been successful at this thing, but I'm going to teach you how to be successful at it, it's crazy, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it don't sound right. It don't sound right at all. Let me get back in.
Didn't do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on.
The funny.
Go ahead, man.
It's kind of like those people in the finance game now. I'm gonna tell you how to flip properties, and they're not even a real estate agent.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of that. Like I said, social media has opened up the door. Yeah, social media opened up the door. Everybody expert at stuff, and they basically ain't an expert at nothing. So yeah, you got to be careful out here.
Thing what they used to say, what your parent used to say, do what I say, not what you see me do.
Yeah.
Not always the smart thing, but it's the true thing, because somebody can tell you something that's absolutely true, right? And not necessarily be doing it themselves. I don't think that
Gaslight, that's a gaslight.
I'm not a good coach. Matter of fact, I have people who would say I'm a great coach. I've coached people into marriages and stuff like that. But I have areas that I still have to work on because I'm still human.
Yeah.
Most coaches become coaches because they were weak in areas and wanted to figure out how to get it
1000%.
done.
And all you have to be is one step ahead of the people that you're serving.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wanted to ask this: what are you looking for?
I want marriage at the end of the day, right? But I want a husband that is, again, supportive, that is, I'm a words of affirmation girl.
Stop
Speak
the
life
cap.
into me.
Okay.
So please speak life into me and make my life easier. That doesn't mean going out to buy all this stuff, but if you see that I need something, do that. If you don't know what I need, ask me.
So your acts of service, your words of affirmation. Okay, so we got, those are your two top love languages. Okay, and you want somebody that you can learn from. What does he look like? You said that he doesn't have to be all that, but he needs to be some of that. Do you have a height preference?
Even though I'm short, all the people that
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
You're 5'2". Okay.
So be at least 5'8".
At least 5'8". Do you have an age preference?
I'm dating younger now.
How old are you?
Ooh. I'm dating.
Did she just say, ooh?
This is getting worse.
Can't make this shit up.
She says she's dating younger now. You don't care. Let her keep going. I got to see if she gonna give an age.
Younger now.
You got to give us a range. There's somebody
So the
who's looking
range
and
is-
saying, I like her, but I don't know if I'm in her age bracket.
Yeah. So 39 and up, but nothing over 60. 39 to 60.
Okay. You said you're dating younger,
Yes.
and that's your group that you want to
Yes.
date, 39 to 60.
Yeah.
So that means you're at least in your 40s.
Yes.
Are you in your 40s?
I'm 50.
You're 50. Okay. Girl, listen.
So she's 50 and she's dating 39-year-olds, but she don't want to date somebody that's 60.
But
I
you
don't
want somebody
get it.
that's gonna teach you something.
I'm so confused. Did she just say that she's never had a man that has actually been able to pour into her and teach her something, and she has never had a man that's like, that she feels like they've left her in a better situation, right? But you're dating 39-year-olds. First of all, not that I'm saying there are some 39-year-olds that have their stuff together, because we know that would be untrue if I were to say that. So I'm not going to say that. But that's a considerable amount the age difference. If you're 50 and they're 39, that's considerable on that side. It's not like you want somebody older than you. You're going for younger than you. So that is considerable considering you're going that far back, right? So especially because that's not, let me just say it the right way. That's not typical for women to want to go that far back, right? Men may date younger, but for a woman that's not typical. Why? Because we're walking around here all the time talking about we want a man to teach us something, and we want a man to be in a position of leadership, and we want a man to be. So when we're saying things like that, we're usually not going for the younger guy, right? Younger than us. So it is weird. Perhaps that's why you're having some of the issues that you're having in dating. If you're striving to date these younger men, maybe could that be it?
Could be. Let me keep going.
And we're the same age, all right? Like, Queen is 47 over here.
Yeah, okay.
I am proud of aging,
Yes.
but you want him to be at least 5'5".
5'8".
5'8". Okay, at least 5'8", 39 to 60 years old. You want a hot boy.
I don't.
You want
think
you
I
a-
want hot
Ooh, you want a hot boy.
I just want an intelligent man who can range from here to here, who can go from sneakers to suit.
Why younger?
Because I'm finding out that older men have a lot of trauma with them that they're not dealing with, and they're taking you through hoops and bounds because somebody took them through hoops and bounds.
You know what?
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Just like I always
Y'all
told
heard
y'all, Tupac done messed the game up. I want an intelligent thug.
Man, she and then she said the older men come with a lot of trauma.
Like her trauma.
Like she ain't got no trauma. I'm listening to the trauma coming out of her mouth, and she talking about the older men got some trauma. It's just like, they got trauma just like you got trauma. Like, what did you? I don't know. Let me keep going.
But older men say that same thing about older women. They say that we are set in our ways and we've got some traumas that we're working through. So are we fighting against each other when we should be working together?
We should be, but I can't say that that's not true. But even if both are true, that means that we both have work to do in order to date each other.
But we don't even look at them.
I will consider, but as soon as I see that it's a problem, I'm done. And so I think I've seen it as a problem so many times, and I'm just kind of over it.
Okay.
Right now.
So he needs to be younger.
Preferably.
Preferably younger.
Yeah.
5'8", at least 39 years old, somewhere around there. He needs to be intelligent. Do you have a career preference? Should he be an entrepreneur like yourself, or can he be employed?
Okay, so this is a great topic because everybody that I've been with has been employed. And I've been employed and an entrepreneur. And I don't think people who are employed really understand entrepreneurs. So it's been a little hard when I'm not, when I've been both, when I've just been only an entrepreneur, because there's a little different push. But men who work, all the men I've dated, been married to, have 401k, they have all the things, the 6 figures, all the whole nine. But I get more challenges. I'd rather date a barber, I think, because I used to be a stylist, because they kind of understand. You'd
rather date a barber than
somebody that's in corporate or works that corporate, because all of the people I've dated have been like corporate people.
So you're saying you're done with the corporate profession?
I'm not done. I'm just really leery. I'm not done. I'm open, but.
So I'd have to agree with Victoria and Kenyatta that are saying that she's been contradicting herself pretty much the entire interview, because you can't say that you want a man to teach you something. You can't say that, you kind of want a man to be able to, be all these things for you, and leave you in a better position than than you started with. You want to be left in a better position because you feel like you've done that for men, but you've never had a man to do that for you. But then as you're describing the man that you want to be with, you're describing, you're describing a man that does exist, but does he exist for you? Right? So I'm going to here she go. That's her man right there. There you go. There you go. That's her man.
No,
that's
God
it
is
right
her
there.
Man. No, God, her man, Chloe. God is her man.
That's her man right here. Y'all see, that's her man. There she go right there. That's her man. Because I don't.
Oh my God!
She not gonna. You can't say you want a man that's going to be all of these things for you, a leader and this and that, and then to turn around and also say, but at the same time, you know, he gotta be a young thug. Like it doesn't work that way.
Chloe, well, I'm telling you what. I'm gonna tell
They
you what
work
it
in a
is.
barbershop, y'all. He work in a barbershop, y'all.
They
Like
want a unicorn. They want something that does not exist, so they will have to be accountable. They want something that does not exist, so they don't have to be accountable. So they can say, "I'm working on my piece," and it's pee in the swimming pool because they want something that does not exist in the real world. That's like, and I always hate to use the car phrase. Like she want a '97 S500 with 2,000 miles on it, with no rust, garage kept, convertible, with 2,000 miles in a
Ain't happening.
'97.
Ain't happening.
Oh, it's somebody, it's some old people out in Petoskey that got the car and didn't drive it, and I'm gonna find them. You know how they do it. I'm gonna go out in the country where they don't drive a lot, so I'll be able to find that real nice car with the low miles, with the no rust and no leaking oil, good tires,
Yeah, it ain't
and
happening.
and red.
Right, it ain't happening. I mean,
I'm telling you, that's all. That's all I ran across. These
I
you,
gotta
they want
ask this question
Tupac.
though. Yeah, I feel you on that, Vince. I gotta ask this question though, because I keep hearing this too, and I'm trying to figure out where is it coming from. So I know we got a lot of folks in the comments, man. Y'all drop a comment, man. When did the 9 to 5 man get such a bad rap? I I keep hearing this. She's saying it right now. Yeah, when did the 9 to 5 man, the hard working man with his 9 to 5, I don't care where he working at. He might be a plant worker. He out on the working at DTE on the power lines. He working in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? He a CEO, whatever it is. He's still a 9 to 5 man. When did the 9 to 5 man get such a bad rap?
I'm gonna tell
Like
you,
I keep hearing that.
I know exactly when it happened. It happened when social media pumped up these excitement. Everything has to be exciting, has to be
Mm.
spontaneous. He got to take me to Jamaica on a Wednesday. We got to just spontaneously do this. And 9 to 5 guys are usually pretty structured. They're not the most spontaneous. They work hard for their money, so it ain't these get rich quick type of schemes where it's almost like the dope boys. Like the entrepreneur has turned into the dope boys. Cause the dope boys is fast money, good times, live for the moment, ain't worried about tomorrow.
Mm.
So these entrepreneurs are, everybody that's an entrepreneur is rich.
Yeah,
They
but
got
that's not
plenty
true though.
money. And we know that. We know that.
I'm like, that ain't true.
Their time is not constrained. If I want to go to this place on a Saturday, he got to go to work, or he got to, it's structure. It's against structure. It's against the the you know it's against structure. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
got you.
I think that's what a lot of it is. It's like the entrepreneur has turned into the scam artist. That turned into the boy. Fast money, blowing it fast. I can get it right back.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand it. I said, because I keep hearing ladies, put these 9 to 5 guys in these bad categories, and I'm just really trying to figure out. Like I said, when did this perspective flip? Because I said when I came through, they wanted stability, so they wanted this dude working his job, with this predictable schedule, and you know what I'm saying, they knew that there was some stability there and so forth. And it's like now we frowning at a 9 to 5 guy. We frowning at a guy working his job, making his money, providing for his family or his relationship or whatever it is. And I'm just like, how did we get to that point? Yeah, like how did we get to that point? Because at the end of the day, I understand that, because we had to provide context. Some entrepreneurs have some freedom to move recklessly. Some. Yeah, but there's also entrepreneurs that still have to be structured, right? So there's still entrepreneurs that can't just jump on the whim and go on the trip. Like they still got to schedule and plan stuff out. They may have a family, they may have kids in school, so they still got to plan stuff out. They can't just pop up on a Tuesday and say, we about to catch this flight tonight at 9:30, and they just gonna disappear. Like that's not every entrepreneur's reality. And then on the flip side of that, there's some 9 to 5 folks who can make some moves. And they can just pop up and go in and catch a flight and disappear. No planned out and nothing. So I'm just trying to figure out, when do we get into this mindset that this 9 to 5 dude is just such a bad deal all of a sudden? Because that didn't used to be the case. So it's just interesting how I'm watching, ladies just pivot. And it's like now we are frowning upon the man that when I came through, all the ladies wanted. Yeah, we up here in Detroit. Yeah, when I came through and the brother had that plant job, getting that time and a half on Saturday, getting that double time and a half on Sunday, the ladies wanted him, boy. He had that money coming in. He was on the line doing his thing. He had, had his cardies, had his cars. He was at Floods every Friday on schedule. The ladies wanted him. Yep, that brother that was the architect or the IT guy, whatever he was, the ladies wanted him. But it's like now we saying, no, we don't want that. He got a 9 to 5. And it's just like, what? So yeah, it's just interesting that we see this change in perspective. But let me get back to it.
I've had a lot of challenges with.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Do you want a man or you want marriage first?
What do you mean? Do I want a man or do I want marriage first?
Yeah, first. What's more important?
Do I want companionship versus marriage?
Yes.
I wouldn't do long-term companionship without marriage.
So here's when we asked you the question, what do you want? Your first answer is marriage.
Yes.
And it seems like there's not even a particular type of person that you're desiring, because you may want marriage more than you want the man.
No.
What I'm saying is just my observations,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, no.
It's like, there's not even.
Oh, I was just about to say, wow. She didn't even let him finish that, which I want to hear what he has to say. But she wouldn't even, he started to say, maybe you want marriage more. And I know, I feel like I know where he's going with this, so I'm not going to talk too long. But I just don't understand how she's saying she wants someone to teach her something and she wants someone to give to her. And once again, I just don't see her being receptive to it, because he's saying from his outside looking in, he's saying it sounds like your priority is marriage, not the man. Because you just described to us the stick figure. That's what you described to us. And you keep moving that goal. He's got to be this, but then no, he's got to be that, but then he's got to be this, but no, not, but this, but not this. So you keep doing that. So you can't pinpoint exactly what you want, because your focus is you just want to be in a marriage, but it sounds like you were in a marriage and then you got divorced and then you were engaged again. And I think he unfortunately passed away, but I'm just like, it just sounds, I'm interested in how she responds.
There's not even a specific type of person that I'm looking for that I desire. I want marriage, which kind of makes sense from the other guy. You're not interested in marriage. Well, we're going to stick around until you're interested in marriage, because my goal is to get married. If you had to ask me the question, do I want marriage or someone I'm super compatible with? I'm taking super compatibility.
Yeah. Can I piggyback on him for just a second? Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying. Every question that we've asked, it's like, well, how tall does he have to be? Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm 5'2", maybe at least 5'8". Okay, does he need to be an entrepreneur or an employee? Well, every man that I've been serious with has been in employee and it kind of didn't understand, but then I had this 6-figure man. I kind of want a barber. Are you done then with corporate professionals? Well, no, I'm not really done with corporate professionals. Well, what does it look like?
39 to 60.
39 to 60.
That's a big range.
39. Girl, that's the whole birth chart.
That man got a little something in his pants, and you want to marry me?
I'll take
Between
him.
39
Oh, no, no.
Like, how much money does he need to make? You mentioned that all of your seriously committed relationships, you were dating 6+ figure earners. Today, you said you'd take a barber.
They make 6 figures.
Some of them do.
But even if they, okay,
Many of them do.
But here's the clear part, right? Let me
be clear.
This is the clearest part about all of it at the end of the day. I want somebody who is a giver, who's a sharer. I don't care if you
Now
make.
we're getting to it.
Yeah, I don't care if you make 75 or 100, whatever, as long as you are open to sharing with me. Right?
Sharing what with you?
Whatever you have, like you're sharing.
Like
it.
sharing lunch with you?
No, like
I order chicken fingers, you order the burger, we're
not the
splitting it in
food,
half.
Come on.
I ain't splitting my chicken with my wife. We got to get your own, bro.
What do you want him to share? His paycheck?
His check, who he is.
Whoa.
Man, come on.
I can't
no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I can't do it. I can't do it with y'all. I'm so tired of you broads. Like, so as long as you're a sharer. Now you over here saying you had the corporate dude that you dated dudes that make 6 figures and you dated the corporate dudes, but they don't understand entrepreneurship. And I just don't, I'm so confused by you women. I'm so confused. I mean, respectfully, and with as much love as I can muster, I'm so sick of you broads. Like, I'm so sick of this. Like, you need to decide, what's it going to be? Are you going to be hyper independent? I don't need a man. Or are you going to be a submissive woman who wants a man, is interested in actually being with a man, is actually interested in being someone who cares about his needs, cares about his wants to bring, some type of peace and some type of love and some type of light to his life? Or are you just going to be an overpriced, high-priced, high risk, high liability prostitute? Like, what you gonna be? What are you going to be? You got to decide. Like, if you want him to just pay for it, just say that. Like, y'all are confusing me. I don't understand. Y'all are saying that men don't know how to lead y'all. Y'all are saying that men can't teach y'all anything. You're saying that what's wrong with the men? They sassy, they feminine, they soft. Y'all are saying all of this stuff about the men. But then you're turning around and saying, but I want him to give to me. I don't want to show my wifely duties. I don't want to be a wife before I'm a wife, but he got to be protecting and providing for me. He got to be showing up for me. He got to be changing my tire, taking my car, getting my oil changed. He got to be paying my bills. He got to be getting my nails, hair, lashes done. He got to be doing all of these things. But I don't feel like I should have to be a wife. Now you saying he could be a barber. He got to split his check with you. Meanwhile, you're talking about how you achieve this and you're doing this and you're doing that. So you always leave men in this better position. How are you leaving men in a better position when you're expecting them to come in and share what they have with you? It doesn't make sense to me. But you could say that no man has left you in a better situation, but you've expected all these men to come in and share what they have with you. But at the same time, none of them have left you in a better situation. If a man has come into your life and paid one of your bills, that's a better situation. Because you didn't have to pay it. I'm so confused with y'all. Y'all are dizzy. Y'all are lost. Like, you're confused. You are confusion.
But you know what it is?
It's annoying to me. Like, y'all are really, y'all giving me a headache.
Go ahead, Vince.
But you know what it is too? I found out a lot of these women will never find contentment and satisfaction. She's probably the type of woman that's done something new every year or two. She said she was a hairdresser. Then she a life coach. She probably was a social worker. She probably a nurse. She's a teacher. She probably do real estate. She probably a notary public. She probably do the you know what I'm saying? They're never content and satisfied. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of so many more out there. And they haven't. Because I would really like to know what's her relationship like with her father. That's the first thing everybody needs. What's the relationship like with the man? Who is the man that you know intimately that you would say that's a good husband? And most of them don't have one.
Yeah.
So they go for these magical, spacey type. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all right now. I want the height. I want the money. I want the sex. I want the entrepreneurial spirit. Then I want him to be financially secure. I want him to give me all his money. They want a unicorn. They want something that don't exist. So they'll have to take accountability for it.
Yeah.
If I'm always striving for something that don't exist, I don't have to take accountability for it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you on that, Vince. Like I said, it's wild to me. And like I said, I know we kind of reacting to this interview. Listen, I think it's a good interview. It's very revealing. Listen, I think Donnie is trying to get some information out of this young lady and hold her accountable. I think David is doing the same thing as well. But she's showing some things, like I said, that we're seeing very prevalent now. And the one thing that I'm still trying to figure out, because I'm always trying to understand things. I said I like to get down to the root of it. And it's this money. And I'm like, this lady is saying that she's a life coach and she used to do this and she used to do that. So, the way she talks, I can assume that she's acquired some money at some point. But she's so concerned with this man sharing his money with her. And I just don't understand that. I'm like, if you got all this money and you got it popping like that, why are you so concerned with this man's pockets? Like, I just don't understand that. Because I said on the flip side, as a man, you know what I'm saying? I got money. So it's like I'm not concerned about how much money that the woman has that I'm trying to engage with. Like, I got money. I'm good. So if she got a little something and she over there handling her biz with whatever she got going on, that's fine. But I got money. I'm good. I got my streams. I'm good. So I'm not checking for her pockets. So I just don't understand when I hear these young ladies, you know what I'm saying? When I hear these ladies, let me get the verbiage right. When I hear these ladies, saying these entrepreneurs and they got all these businesses and this and that, 9, 10 businesses, the next thing that come out her mouth should not be him sharing his money. It's like, why are you concerned about his money? Yeah, you got 9 streams of income. She says she got a 3-level condo. She got enough space where some dude can sleep over while she so she got plenty of space. So I'm like, why are you concerned about some man's money? Like, I don't understand the mindset. And I'm just like, this is the problem. Like, we have gotten so far away from the things that are important. I said, it used to be being concerned about somebody's character. Yep, and how they treated you and their level of respect for their family. I remember ladies used to say, they was attracted to a man who, was respectful and good to his mama. And it's just like now it always comes back to this money. It's like the money is the gateway. Forget the character. Forget what she said earlier. Forget if my man using choice words. Forget the height. Forget everything. If he don't pass the money test, then it's like it ain't nothing popping. And I'm just like, when are we going to realize that the money does not define if this person is a good person or not? Like, I just don't understand where we get this. And then the other thing, like I said, going back to this money again, it's just like, ladies, if one of your top 2 priorities is his money, let me just keep it a buck with you. He gonna be turned off. Yeah, because at the end of the day, men already understand at some point they got to provide some resources for the situation. We already understand that. But if one of the first two things that you hold in high regard that comes out your mouth is what his money looking like, and if he about to share his money with you, that brother gonna be ready to bounce. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know if the ladies today understand that. Like, that mess is a turnoff. And that is a red flag for men. And he might have the money, especially for, let me go there. For the dude who got the money, that's definitely a red flag. Because he's going to be looking like, man, is that all you coming around for? And you over here trying to, see what you can absorb out of my situation? Like, he ain't going to want to rock with that. So, yeah, I'm like, ladies, y'all got to, y'all got to come up off of that, man, and get the mind right when it comes to that, man, because that mess is crazy.
His check, be a giver. Like,
Katrina,
I don't have to have.
You're talking to the man right here. Okay.
Hey, honey.
Listen.
Hey, boo.
You're talking to the man. He wants to know, do you feel any vibes for me? Am I your type? We've been talking for the last 3 weeks. You know a couple of things about me. And he's gonna say, well, I make $80,000 a year. I'm really living check to check right now. I don't have a whole lot to give, but I feel like together, me and you could build something significant. Respond.
Sir, let's have that conversation. Like, I can build with you. I can't build for you, but I can build with you.
Oh, come on.
So if you're open to building together and you making sure that you're good, I'm making sure I'm good, then I'm good.
Okay, look at me. You're making sure that you're good, and I'm making sure that I'm good. How do we be good together?
We work together.
Okay,
but in the beginning, we both have to make sure that we're good individually.
Okay.
Like, you can't be not good.
Well, is a person living check to check not good individually?
Yeah, they're doing a bit much. They're doing a bit much. I mean, for me, and this is probably the fixer part, everything has an answer, right?
Yeah.
Everything has an answer. I'm not closed to just something particular, and that may not be the best thing, but I am closed on who you are, your character, how you act, how you are with your family, how you are with your children. Your character is the most important thing. How you do spend your money, the things that you value and that are important. Those, I think, for me, are building blocks, right? So when I'm trying to narrow down an age, I can't say if you're 40, you're not good, or if you're 57, you're not good. If you have those things that I'm open to that are important to me in a relationship.
Yeah, you had all fair answers. The only thing that I'm picking up is even when we have a conversation of marriage or the person, you're like, yo, I'll take marriage. Meaning, and sometimes this, we might not know it about ourselves, but we're pushing a specific agenda on someone. And I think it's kind of difficult when I'm willing to date people that even when I see the red flags and we're not compatible, and he's saying, yo, do you want me to be your wife? People are like, yo, I think you'd be a good wife. We don't even see it.
Oh, no, I saw that. That was the it.
What I'm saying is that was probably his perspective when y'all started dating. But if we're not interested in that, we don't know it, and we find out a year and a half later. So that's why this conversation is this conversation. So we're saying to the audience, if they're going to reach out to you, you need to be marriage-minded. Okay?
Absolutely.
100%. And you have a time frame. And I don't know what that clock looks like, but you have one. So, like, let's be prepared. Let's not... I don't want to try to deceive you and have you thinking that I'll take time to get to know you and we'll take time to get together. Listen, we're going to have conversations fairly quickly. And maybe this is something that I cannot resonate with or relate to because I'm not a woman and I'm not 50. And maybe
those things make a difference.
For sure.
Yeah.
But even if I traded shoes with you and I can't even empathize in that way. If I traded shoes, my goal would be to find a person that I'm into. These are the things I don't want. These are the things I do want. All the other stuff, I'm cool. Just treating me right isn't enough.
Yeah.
There needs to be some sort of characteristics that you can live with, and you can't live without.
Katrina,
You
girl
need that
talk.
list.
What makes you say, ooh, I want him?
How he handles something.
Like what?
Like if you walk in the room, right, and we're going in, and you're like, you're good, you sit right there, I got everything. I'll make sure we're set, our seat is ready, our this is whatever's done. You don't worry about it, I got you. That's what make me be like, that's him.
So you like
I
a
need you to
leader.
handle stuff.
You want a boss.
I've handled stuff all my life. I've been an entrepreneur. I've worked in corporate. I've done all the things. I've handled my children. I've handled stuff. I've owned salons. I've handled stuff all my life. I need a man who's going to handle things. And when you handle things and teach me something, the world is yours.
Now we're getting to the reality of what you actually want, because everybody's passing by these like status quo, society accepted answers. Oh, he's got to have great character, which is important. He's got to be spiritually led, which is important. But when on this show, we want to talk about, okay, yes, character, spiritually led. You have your height preferences, but what makes you tickle inside?
He handles it. I can just look back. I don't even have to ask. When I don't have to ask and you did it, that's it.
You know what it sounds like to me, Dave?
What's that?
Katrina has been independent for so long.
Go ahead, Vince.
This is so typical. It's like she says she's been this way for 50 years. What makes her think she's going to change?
Don't sound like
For
she
one
trying to,
man.
man.
And my thing is, a man like that is usually not a barber. Not unless he owns a salon. A man who handles business handles business. A man who doesn't handle business doesn't handle business. So it's like she want a man that can. Usually those type of men are usually older because they has the wisdom and they have the experience to handle things. I don't think most 39-year-old, I'm gonna say most. There are some, but I think that we and I think that's the problem when we do a lot of things. It's like we want to qualify, and I hate that. It's just how I think. It's like we just want to qualify for one specific thing. It's like I want to qualify for one specific car, and if I can't get that car, I'm not gonna have nothing. I want to qualify for all of them, and it's my choice what I pick. If I know my price range and I know what type of car I can get, I want to get that one, or that one. I don't want them to tell me, well, this is the one that you qualify for. This is the one you might qualify for. If you don't get that one, then you ain't going to get nothing. And there's so many women, it's like, if I don't get that one, then they're not, she doesn't, just listening to her, she doesn't make any sense.
But Vince, let me ask you this,
She probably
though.
raised her kids by herself because she was only married for 6 years. So I wonder if them kids is even by her husband.
But let me ask you this, though, because I said I'm listening to what she said. So does she really want a man who handles things, or does she want an employee? Because that's really what it sounds like. If she's talking about, because basically if you listen to the scenario she gave, it's almost like she wants an employee. So she wants somebody to come in and schedule out the date and reserve her seat and set it up to where she can just walk in there and, Miss Katrina, you won't be in seat. You're going to be at that table over there at the corner, and, we'll go ahead and bring out the menus and this and that. It's like she not actually saying that she want a man who going to handle something, because if that's what she wanted, then she wouldn't have really had a problem with my man who was getting at her about having their friend sleeping over the house. But if you listen to her talk, she's talking like she actually just wants an employee. So she wants a man who gonna go out and execute all of the little minor tasks that she don't feel like she got to deal with because she the boss.
You know what
That's
she
what
wants?
it sounds like.
You know what she wants? She wants a good wife.
Now, Vince.
Think about it. Think about it. She wants a good wife. She wants a helpmate. She wants a helpmate. She don't want a husband.
Wow.
Wow. That's a
She
good
want a good
point.
wife. Figured it
Wow.
out. There it is. Boom.
I can
Drop the
see that.
mic.
I can see that though. Because I said it sounds like I said the way she's communicating or articulating that, it sounds like she wants an employee. It don't sound like she want a husband that's gonna set the structure and lead and call the shots and just. It don't sound like that because at the end of the day, listening to her, she likes to call the shots. So that
Right.
type of man, her and him would be bumping heads anyway. So at
Is
the end
that
of the day,
why
go ahead.
And she kind
I
of
was
almost
just gonna
was. Oh,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead, Joe?
Coco. Then I come to Joe. I come to Joe
Okay,
right
okay.
after that. Go ahead, Coco. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that why David is picking up on the fact that she's more concerned with the marriage than the man? Because it's not really going to be about his experiences in the relationship or his wants in the relationship or what he likes or dislikes in the relationship or what he's interested in and not interested in the relationship, because these are some of the issues that she had with this man that she was with for almost 2 years. They're interested in the line. That was a red flag for her. She didn't like the way he communicated, even though he was very direct in his communication, because she even gave examples. And both of those times, the hosts agreed that there was nothing wrong with the way he communicated with her. He was being direct with her. She just didn't like what he was saying, right? And didn't want to accept it, right? So is that why? Is that why he's picking up the man, the male interviewer, David, is picking up that it's more about the marriage itself and not really about the man and him being the right companion for her? Because for her, the marriage is a means to an end. She's looking for a helpmeet. She's looking for a partner, somebody that's going to partner with her and do things the way she needs them done and be her teammate and her support system and her all this and all of that. So she just needs that. So as long as he can cooperate with all the other things that she has going on or needs or whatever, it's good, because he just needs to be able to fit whatever mold she's wants to put him in. And as long as he can fit in the mold, it's fine, because she just needs help. And I feel like that's where a lot of women, unfortunately, that get to this point, especially in that age group, that gets to this point where it's like, I just need help. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing everything by myself. I'm tired of running everything by myself. I'm burned out. Like, I make all the decisions. I do this, I do that. And I just need some help. So when you guys are saying, oh, she wants to help me, like Vince is saying she wants a wife, like, yes, she wants somebody to play that role. She wants somebody to be for her what she's actually supposed to be for her husband.
Right.
And that's interesting. And I don't know. Listen, I feel like that could be the case.
No, definitely. Go ahead, Joe. Then we get back into it.
I haven't even thought about it that way, but y'all, yeah, Grant's couple you right. That's a weird. I can't even think that that would be a possibility. That's something that she would want. But Vince is absolutely right about that. That's just what she wants. She doesn't want to admit that that's what she wants, so she's kind of going around in circles with these two people, wasting their time. Um, and then she says she wants a strong man, but yet you can see how competitive she is with him, how non-competitive she is with her. Like she's very soft with her, but very no, that's not what I said. Actually, this is what I said. No, that's I said this actually. No, actually. So it's like a lot of rebuttals back and forth she's having. And secondly, this whole attitude about not wanting to be with men who work 9 to 5 job, regular job, like which is what 98% of people do in the world. um, this attitude that you have about these type of men is a man of some sort of character who is the type that she wants. If he has character, he's going to notice that. And he's going to be thinking, well, how will you be treating the garbage man? How will you be treating the mailman? How would you treat the waiter at this 5-star restaurant? Are you going to treat this man beneath you? Because the way she's speaking about men who work these regular jobs, what about that seat, that chair that a man most likely built, right? The building that a man most likely built because he's constructed. So you have this mindset of how you think about guys who work 9 to 5 jobs that make your life comfortable, who make your AC work in your home, who make sure your plumbing so your shit can flow down the toilet, make sure that works too. So there's nothing wrong with wanting a certain kind of man, right? Having a preference. But it's that, nah, I can't really do that. I can't really do that type of guy. The type of guy that makes your life sustainable. The type of guy that if I was to take you to a nice restaurant, would it be the one servicing you? How are you going to look at him? So I'm not concerned so much about how you look at me. You can admire me and say, oh, you're the greatest guy in the world. But I'm looking at how you will treat the man who isn't me. Because that says a lot more about your character than how you treat me directly. Because you've been giving me preferential treatment, but yet you treat the man down the street lesser than you because he doesn't hold the same title, the same position, the same status, or economic ability that I do, then I'm going to see that as a problem. Now, there's some man who won't care about that. But the type of man she describes as a man of character, a man of God, he's going to think about that. He's going to consider that. She doesn't even know she's digging her own grave. Yeah, I don't really know. I can't do no 9-to-5 guy. Okay. So that means you treat guys who are not me lesser. So what if I downgrade in status? What happens then? What if I have to go get a regular 9-to-5 job? I know how you treat me because of how you think about them. So it's not just her. It's just a lot of women, unfortunately, do think and feel that way, which is also honestly why I personally choose to conceal my own profession. I don't like talking about it because it does attract the wrong type of people. You know, I would much rather a woman gets to know me first and I get to know her character.
Right.
Aside from the allure of what I do or whatever it is, the status that they perceive, things they think I will do with the money I make for them. No. Like if it's not about me, then it's not about nothing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, that's valid right there. See, Kenyatta said, good point, Joe. Yeah, no, valid point. Let me get back in. Let's see, we getting close to our time in a minute, so let me get back in it.
You've been handling things for so long. You want a man who you can trust. She wants to trust his leadership. She wants to trust his vision. And she wants to be able to curl up on the sofa and lay her head in his lap and say, baby, I just want to be a little girl in your lap.
And that's all I want to be.
I don't know that to be true.
I think
That's
so.
what I want. Why would you not say that?
On paper, it sounds.
I don't agree either.
If you come across somebody, if you come across somebody who they don't have anything for them to fix, you're gonna get bored really, really quick, and you out.
No. So here's the difference. Understanding that I recognize that and understanding that has probably been a problem in my.
Didn't recognize that till right now.
No, we just said it
about
earlier.
your mans.
No,
I don't know why someone wouldn't marry me.
No,
idea why the relationship
was a fixer. I said that from the beginning. I recognize that's always been my problem, right?
But it doesn't have to show up in you fixing what's wrong with a man. It can show up in you saying, you know what? I finally got this sharp guy who teaches me something. He makes me feel great. He handles business. How can I fix some gaps in his business? Not necessarily his character. How can I be a team player? It sounds to me like you want somebody to build with. You want somebody to recognize that you're an asset that can plug in the gaps and handle small things. I think you'd be great even if you had a really powerful man that lets you come and assists him. Am I lying?
That would be perfect.
So what I'm looking at, David, is this entrepreneurial woman who has for years been really, really strong. Tell me when I'm lying.
I'm waiting.
This woman for years that's been really strong. You've had multiple businesses and you are searching for somebody that you're ready to hang up the hat. If he could handle it, you stop what you were doing simply to assist him. And that would make you happy because it gives you the leadership and your ability to be like a helper.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's me.
Can we just touch that real quick? What is that, y'all? I've been noticing people asking about this whole like women saying, I just want to be a princess. Women are renaming themselves girly. Oh, I'm a this girly, I'm a that girly, I'm a this girly, and I know we say it as a cute, it's supposed to be like cutesy, but now I'm starting to think that it's not just meant to be cutesy. There is really it's a mindset. I don't think it's just a cutesy thing that we say anymore. First I thought it's like, oh, that's just something cute. No. This is a problem. I'm starting to see this. This is an issue because why are so many grown women going around here saying, I just want to be a princess. I'm just a this girly, I'm a that girly. And it's like, why are we now wanting to revert back to being girls and princesses? And what is this about?
Because
This
girls and
something is weird about this. Like at first I thought the girls was just being cute. I really did at first. But then I started to see that they're applying it to everything across the board, everything. And now I'm like, wait, something is weird, right? Like, no, this is something. Are we regressing as women? Oh, I'm having like a moment. Are we regressing? Are women regressing?
I think it's more so arrested development, right? That's like can you imagine them accepting a man saying, I just want to be a boy. I just want to be a boy. And you can't respect a man. But for some reason, they think we're supposed to respect a grown woman who's fully past a certain age of, maturity, talking about, I'm just a girl at what, late 30s, 40s, and all this other stuff. That's very off-putting. But they think it sounds cute. I mean, you can kind of get away with it, late teens, early 20s, right? But then even at a certain point, it's kind of like, okay, enough of that. All right, the boys will be boys thing, that stops being cool past a certain age when it comes to actual men. Mid-20s, somewhere around there. Okay, you get it. You make mistakes and all that. Boys will be boys, but now you're a grown man. Now, in reality, if you get caught up doing something stupid and you break the law, you'll be sent to jail like a grown-ass man. So no, boys can't be just boys. Girls can't just be girls. There's real consequences involved. Talking about you're a girl. So when you affirm that about yourself, that you're projecting that out and you start behaving as such. So you start doing girlish things. Someone here said it earlier, in the chat. Wanting boundaries, punishments, curfews, chores, and bedtimes. Like how to cook, I mean, I don't know, like, flush the toilet. It's like things that girls do. Are you talking about that too? The things that make girls girls? You want someone to raise you? It's a little weird. I think it's
Yeah,
weird
no.
too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little weird. Go ahead, Vince, then I'm gonna get back in it.
What I think is the girls thing is girls are taken care of by adults. So I mean you don't have to have responsibilities.
Ah,
Princesses are taken care of by kings and queens because they don't want to be queens. Because queens
right,
have a responsibility to take care of the king. Princesses don't have any responsibilities.
you're right.
So they want somebody to come in and take care of those responsibilities that they put on themselves. All these women, they got all these degrees, all this debt. They don't raise kids by themselves and getting parent plus loans and getting mortgages, and they know they can't retire. They're going to have to work till they 67. They want somebody to come in and take some of that responsibility off of them for a lifetime. So that's what it is. But then what they got to realize, okay, if you want that type of man, what does he want? And if they can figure that out, then they have a better chance of getting one. Because she ain't going to try nothing but a 39 because she trying to fix somebody. She trying to put a man together. But she can't be quiet enough and be in her femininity enough to be quiet. She can't be quiet with my man. Oh, no, it's da. And she's on his show. He the boss of that show.
Right.
So it's over. She gonna get spin around until she get too old, and then she go buy a dog or a cat, and it's gonna be girl trips.
Dang, I hope.
I
Sound
don't
like
think she's
beatboxing.
gonna get what she wants, cause the lies is she want a man that make more than her, way more than her. Cause I'm telling you, it just is what it is. A woman really can't respect a man that makes a lot less than them. I think it's in nature. I know we try to act like it don't matter, but it matters. There's like a pretty woman and an ugly woman. It ain't the same thing in the world. Y'all, it's just not the same thing. You got to try harder when you're ugly.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You got to try harder when you do. I
You
mean,
tell
what?
the
Come on
truth.
now. You got to try. I
Oh,
mean, you
come
can't get it,
on.
but you got to try harder. A
That is the
pretty woman
truth.
can go somewhere and get in for free, and oh,
Yes.
you need this man, you need that man. and she can have the worst attitude. I mean, for a while. But an ugly woman got to have a nice personality. She has to
Man,
be nice on the inside.
let me get
That
back
princess
in this,
treatment
man.
you're talking about, that princess treatment you're
Okay,
talking
I'll
about
put
is
it on.
reversed.
Okay, because somebody out there might be offended. I'm short. I'm 5'7". I'm not
Oh, that's
6'3". I'm
short.
not 6 foot. So I got. I'm me.
That's average height.
That's how I'm
That's not
average.
short.
But I'm average. But I put it together to whereas I'm above average.
Man, let
You
me
know what I'm
get back
saying?
in this, man.
And I think the problem is people got to know what they got. Just like just like I said when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, all the women I wanted didn't have no kids. I had 2 kids. They didn't want me. I got kids. They didn't want the responsibility. I don't care how much money I had. They can do better. They can get me and more. That is just what it was. They can get me and more. So
No,
I
that's
had to
real.
wait till my eyes got better.
That's
If
real
I
right
wanted
there.
a certain type of chick, was
That's
what it
real.
was.
Yeah, no, that's real right there. Let me get back
They
in
ain't
this.
have
Then
to
we go.
settle for a Honda. They can get a nice 300C.
Let me get back in this. Then we gonna get out of here.
And I gotta trust that you'll do that because I've done that before. Let me say this. I've done that before with my first husband. I owned a salon. I had a thriving business. He came in. I had kept saying, I'm ready to be married. I'm ready for somebody to come take her. He came in, did all the amazing things. Like the girls in the shop would tell you, did all the things, right? And I gave it to him. And I put my business aside and I went home and I worked I worked from my house and became a mom for the second time, and then everything just changed. And I don't think I've trusted a person to hand over everything to them ever since.
Were you happy doing that?
I was okay with it, yeah.
Oh, okay, doing it.
told
And
you,
happy doing it.
listen,
Cap.
listen.
I was listen,
listen.
because I was. Wait a minute, David.
Okay.
Hold it. I really was good being at home and cooking and doing because I needed to do something. So I had the salon there, right? So I was doing hair. I was fine with that.
Okay.
The problem was I gave up everything I had to someone wanting them to take over, and they flipped. They changed. This man bought a car. Guess what? When he got mad, took my car. Took my car.
Bruh.
Oh, how do you trust
This
that
was
again? That was my marriage.
That was your marriage.
That was my marriage.
Okay.
You get mad, you took the car. The car that you bought for me, you took the car.
Well, yeah. And so I think that women who are I think for any woman, but also extremely ambitious women, there's still an element. I just think that's a picker situation. It's not even woman specific. It's you picking a man who lacked emotional control. But what he wanted was the power dynamic over you. So she's a stay at home. Like, if I can't control you in the business, now I'm going to control what you have the ability to do in the home and
I'll
from
control
home.
something for sure.
I'm going to control something. And that's a character issue. That's a character flaw. And so now you know that we don't want that. And so I would challenge you then to say, you don't want a man that you can hand over your stuff to. I don't want a man that I can hand over my business to. I want a man who I can be an asset to in his business. We can add to each other. I don't want to give you this. We'll figure something different out. I think that you really, 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 have you ever written it out? Like, I have this list. I was on the Dear Future Wifey podcast, and I told Lateris I had 92 things on my list. And before people heard what the list was, they were like, 92 things? See, that's why she don't have no man. And all. But it wasn't 92 requirements. It was 92 ways I wanted to experience my man. Example, my man is a leader. He teaches me things, 2 things, right? When my man comes home at the end of the day, he doesn't sit in the car avoiding what's on the other side of the door, me. Have you ever written a list of how you want to?
That's why you're single. It's not that you had 92 things that you wanted to experience with your mate or from a man. It was what they are. It's what's on that list. So once again, I think that women miss it. They don't understand how men move, what men require, how men feel, nor do they care. because a man sitting in this car when he gets home from work is, instead of you looking at that like, oh, he's avoiding coming in the house, why aren't you looking at that like he might have had a really long day and he needs to sit there for a moment and shed that off before he has to come in here to see you and his kids who don't deserve to inherit any of the frustrations or stress that he might have went through his day. So he might have to sit there for a few minutes and decompress and get his mind right so that when he comes in the house, he can greet you with a smile and a kiss instead of a frown and an attitude. Why are we immediately jumping to he's trying to avoid me? Why are you making it about you? You haven't even seen that man yet to even ask that man what kind of day he had or what happened or was traffic crazy on his way home or what maybe he don't feel good. You have no idea. You immediately go to you. I don't want him to have to sit in a car. Well, what if he needs those few minutes? What if he needs to sit in that car? I've heard women say he gets home, he goes to the bathroom and he sits down and it's like, and the kids are here and I've been waiting all day for him to come home with the kids. It's like, and he's been working all day, waiting for the moment to be able to come home into his place of peace. He's worked all day thinking, I can't wait to go home. And then he comes home and you want to hand him a baby the minute he walks in the door. You want to hand him you got kids running around, it's chaos, and you want him to take that on the minute he steps in the door from his job. And then you want to say that's his problem. That's something that's wrong with him. He's deficient in some way, and you don't want him to do that to you. You haven't even taken the chance to understand what that might mean for him or why he might need those few moments or that time. That's crazy to me. And I get irritated because I'm like, tell me you never had a man in a serious relationship with you where you've learned something about a man without telling me. Y'all don't understand how men move. And if you can't understand something as basic as a man having to process his feelings, his emotions, his stress levels, his just having time to just be able to do that. Dang, y'all. Everything ain't about you and your feelings and how it make you feel.
Yep.
But if you listen to what, but I don't know if y'all caught that. If you listen to what she said to have a child for the second time. So she brought a child into the marriage. So she wasn't married to her first baby daddy. She was a married baby mama, one thing. Second thing, you let a man come in there who probably was a stylist, take over your business. Then you had to go home because you was pregnant and had a child. She didn't want to leave that business. She had to go home and take care of kids. So of course she wasn't really happy to do that. Y'all didn't peep that out either. Because he said, well, were you excited to do that? She said, oh, I wasn't. You didn't really want to do that. So if you look at it, what she says she wants, she's not even equipped to handle that. Then how can somebody take a car from you and y'all married? How can he take a car from you and you married? And if something like that would probably been seen before they got married. So a lot of stuff in her story just don't add up to what she really says that she wants. She says she's want this God-fearing man, but you was a baby mama coming into the situation. You divorced your husband. That's 2 sins. You sleeping with this guy. You went on the beach with this guy. So what type of God-fearing man do you want? What type of God are you serving? But see, that's the oxymoron where people say things. Oh, what God don't like sex out of marriage. Even though we do it, but don't be no hypocrite about it. You want marriage. Why do you really want marriage? You got divorced one time. Well, you had a baby out of wedlock. Then you got married and had a baby, which was she was probably pregnant before they got married. I tell you, that's what happened. So it's like these women are so confused. And it's so delusional that all they can really have is their delusion. Because what she wants, she's not even equipped to get it. That's like me saying I want a baddie who doing this and doing that, and I'm a bum with 7 kids. And I'm still paying child support, or I can't keep a job. I'm not gonna get it.
Future did
Yeah, it is all over the place though, man. I do have to agree. But let me say this. Like I said, then we probably gonna cut it right there and get ready to get out of here, take some closing. But let me say this because I caught something that Donnie slipped in, and I'm kind of over it. Let me say this from the male perspective for all the ladies who are watching or will watch this conversation. When a man decides that he wants his wife at home to take care of home, that don't mean that's because he want to control her. Yeah, I caught that. Yeah, that Donnie slipped that in on the low. Yep, and I'm getting tired of folks trying to portray certain things like they negative. Yep, at the end of the day, I know this lady they interviewing, Katrina. Let me just be honest. She just heavily masculine, and she's going to run into issues when it comes to men because she's just heavily masculine. She's going to be bumping heads with men that she come in contact with, especially the man that she's describing. They're gonna bump heads. Yep, so that's going to be a part of her situation until she decides to actively make some changes with how she's moving and how she interacts with men. So that's the first thing. Yeah, but all of this trying to portray things like they such a bad thing because it's not something that you've been able to achieve. We got to stop that. Yeah, we got to stop that. Yep, this lady had an opportunity to be up at the crib, and she didn't want to do that. That's just the facts. Yep, she had a whole child, and she did not want to be at the crib with the child. She wanted to be at the business. I can hear that in how she's communicating, so I know what that is. Yep, the same with Donnie right here. Yep, Donnie don't want to be at the crib with the child either. She want to be at the business. Yep, so just stand on that and just roll with that. Yep, but don't try to downplay the woman who says that she want to be at home with her kids and taking care of her family and her man, and she's the woman that has the man who supports that. Yeah, don't try to downplay that. Yeah, just go stand on what you stand on and what you like and how you want to move. Yeah, but don't downplay the young lady who decides to make a different decision because she prioritized family over the 15 businesses. Yeah, that mess is crazy. So yeah, I heard old girl slip that in there. So I just had to call that mess out because I said I get tired of these. I get tired of these little. I don't even know what to call them these days. These entrepreneurs or business, like whatever they call themselves. I just get tired of them. They're always pushing this narrative. Yep, they always got an issue with some woman getting married, and they always got an issue with some woman staying at home. It'd be the same two things. They'd be bucking it the whole time. Yep, and truth be told, if a lot of these young ladies got their mind right, and some dude came along was like, you know what, I go and put you at the crib, you go and chill out. If she got her mind right, trust and believe, she'll sit back. Yeah, but cats be out here capping because they haven't been able to figure out how to achieve these things, or they haven't been able to secure a man that would support the situation and be able to achieve these types of scenarios for them. So we just got to be honest about this stuff. We got to stop deflecting and trying to and stop projecting what's going on with us onto other people, because that ain't other people's situation. So yeah, I just had to call that mess out. But man, we're gonna stop it right
real
here, man,
quick.
because this. Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Then we're gonna take some closing to get out of here.
Oh, hold on one
Go ahead.
second. Give me 1 second. Okay. I was only gonna make one point that I think it's pretty. Shoot. Oh, that was it. So demonizing someone staying at home with a kid that you brought into this world, or even demonizing themselves, faulting themselves for some reason. I can't do what I used to do. I got to stay with these damn kids that I just popped out of my stomach. And why can't I go out there and do what the man is doing? But the thing is that someone's got to work, right? So typically, traditionally, the man is going to go out to work while the woman nurtures because she has the equipment to do it. Literally. I mean, if you're still breastfeeding a baby, right? So in addition to all the motherly things you would need to do, why would you even want to work after having a child? So if you have a child, wouldn't you want to raise said child? So the issue with the woman and the man, well, the man have to work. It's not like we're jumping for joy. Yay, I get to go to work. We don't want to do it, but we understand someone has to do it. And if it's going to be someone, it has to be us 9 times out of 10 when it comes to a family dynamic. And we accept that. So the confusion is the woman who also wants to work at the expense of nurturing that child, at least to a certain age. What happens when 2 people work? The child doesn't know who mommy and daddy is anymore. The child is being sent off to child care to be raised by someone else. So what's the point of even having a child? If not even one of the 2 parents can be there consistently to raise that child. So the child is becoming familiar with the nanny, with the school teacher, with all these other people, these strangers, people that you don't even know. You're just dropping them off, paying X amount of money to have someone else raise your kids. Why have kids at all if that's the case? So there's a reason why that structure is in place. It's not meant to oppress a woman, because who says that a woman can't start a business at home? She's raising the kids, the kid go to sleep. Okay, we have the internet now. You can do a lot of things online where you can work remotely or do all kinds of business and things like that from home. It doesn't have to be outside of the home. So I would question a woman's intentions as to why she would want to be outside the home, away from her kids. That's scary. So, but that's all I had to add to that.
No, I appreciate that right there. All right, cool. That's a valid point, man. All right, man. We're gonna take some closing and we're gonna get on up out of here. Let me drop them on down. I said that was a good little interview. I gotta give them their credit. That was a good little interview right there. Very, very telling. Very telling. We're gonna take some closing and we're gonna get up out of here. I'm coming across the top and the bottom. We gone. Coco, you wanna say anything before we get out of here tonight?
Yeah, I'll keep it brief, you guys, because this really was more so reacting to the interview. But in terms of Black people lack accountability, I know we focused more so on this interview, which was a Black woman, right? I think this goes both ways. That's why we left it Black people and not just right. Black women. And maybe the next time, we do this topic, we cover this topic, we'll cover some things, some issues from the male perspective as well, just to get some balance. But I think that what we're seeing is everyone is complaining about how they are where they are, but very few people are willing to own the part that they played in what got them to the situation, the circumstances that they find themselves in. And that's the problem. And as a community, we're not the only ones that do it, but we are very, very good at it. We've gotten so good at victimizing ourselves and talking about what someone has done to us and not wanting to own the part that we play. And it is having a very huge impact on our children, and it's having an impact on our relationships. This is why we cannot have strong, lasting relationships in our community. This is why we're struggling and bumping heads. Nobody wants to be held accountable for their own stuff. Like, they don't. This woman did an entire, we didn't even get a chance to watch the whole interview. There's more, guys. That we were maybe how far in? A little over half.
Yeah, a little over half.
A little over half. So there's more to that, and maybe we can post the link in the description if y'all want to see it. But it's that just goes to show you right there. We had so many points that we made and so much to talk about in that interview, and we didn't even finish it. And she spent a lot of time making excuses for herself, justifications for herself, blaming other people. And this is what we see going on in our community. And I'm just asking all of us to just take a step back and just start to actually look at ourselves. If you're not happy with the situation that you find yourself in right now, in any area of your life, every area of your life, you need to do like a self, analysis. and see if there is something that you've done to get yourself to this point, because I guarantee you there is. It didn't just happen to you. You didn't just do it. You didn't just happen. This didn't just. So if we're going to ask women to hold themselves accountable, then you have to also hold yourselves accountable. And we just have to actually start wanting to do the work instead of always wanting to be the victim and complain and not actually want to be the change that we want to see in our lives. Like, it really, really starts with us individually.
Oh, that's a fact right there. That's a fact. That's a fact. Appreciate that closeout right there. Vince, is on you, man.
Yeah. This topic hit home for me. A few people on this podcast are my friends on Facebook, so a lot of y'all seen it. I celebrated my 7th year of marriage last Sunday to my wonderful and beautiful wife, and I often go back to like when we first met and our first dates or whatever, and I always tell this story of the time that I knew that she was going to be my wife, and it was our second date. And she asked me, well, why are you single? You good looking, you got a little people. I told her the truth, because y'all know how I get down. I said, I've been a cheater and a liar in most of my relationships. And I take the blame for all of them. It don't matter what they did or what they didn't do. I've been a cheater and a liar most of my relationships. And I think I want to do something different. I'm tired of being insane. And we did something completely different. We met December 17. She was my girlfriend after that second day. I said, you mine. And she told me, if you fuck with me, you stuck with me. And I was stuck. So we met December 17th. We got married July 19th. Bought a house in June of that year. I said, I don't want to live with you. I said, I've lived with every woman I ever been with since I was 18, and it went to hell. I said, we're doing something completely different. I said, I don't want to live one day under the same roof and not be married. We planned our children. I told her it took me to the age of 45 to be having sex with a woman and wanting her to get pregnant. For good reasons, not because, I want to try to keep her, I want to try locking in. I wanted her to have my legacy. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm talking about. I wanted her to have my legacy. I was so green, I didn't know if you married, you don't have to sign the birth certificate. That's sad. I don't know. When you're married, you don't have to sign the birth certificate. That's your wife. Those are your children legally. You don't have to establish paternity. I was like, oh. At 48. But until we decide that we want something different, we will have to do something different. And I didn't hear anything in that interview that said, I'm going to do something different. It was all, I'm going to do the same thing and just expect something different. And so she'll probably keep what she been getting. And I would have kept what I, kept it. And the accountability thing is very true. And I took accountability in a lot of things in life because, sometimes as African Americans in this country, we want to blame everything on racism. We want to blame everything on the police is out to get me and this and that and other. But sometimes we put ourselves in a situation. I was the one driving around for 10 years with no license. They just stopping me because I'm black. They just stopping me because I live in Dearborn. No, they stopping me because I don't have a license. And they're putting me in jail because they want the money. That simple, really is. But who wants to take that type of accountability?
Right.
You know, so we got to be accountable if we want something different. And all in there.
No, that's real, man. Straight like that. Straight like that. Well, I'll say this real quick and we get out of here, man. Like I said, I think that was a great video, great interview. Like I said, I shout out to Donnie and David, you know what I'm saying, for digging into the, you know, to the lady, Katrina, I think she said her name was, but yeah, digging into her and getting some information out of her, you know, and exposing some things. I think they did a good job at that. But I think her story is all too familiar for a lot of folks out here. And I think at some point we've got to change that story. Yeah, but I think at some point we have to come up off of these material things. We have to come up out of this. I'm just gonna call it what it is. We got to come up out of this entrepreneurial mindset to the point where it's affecting our relationships. Yeah, when you're looking to get into a relationship, you're not looking for an employee. Yeah, you're looking for somebody to connect with, to build with, to do life with, to learn from, to support, to love on. Like, it's not an employee. Yeah, but I think sometimes folks, that's how they moving out here. They looking for employees. They not looking for real relationships. Yeah, they're looking for aesthetics. They're not looking for purpose and putting in work and supporting somebody. Yeah, so we got to get up out of that at some point, because I know that mess is running rampant. But the other thing is, at some point, I know we talking black people lack accountability. At some point, if you want to get to the next level, you got to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, you got to address your BS. You got to address your issues and your problems. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your attitude together. You got to get your body together. You got to lose them LBs. Fellas, you got to get your money up and get your leadership skills dialed in. Get your discipline together. Like, we got work to do. Yeah, but folks rather move around like they ain't got no work to do and just keep projecting off on other people, and that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to get you the results. Trust me. So, yeah, man, if we want to get this thing figured out and we going to get it together, point blank, you got to hold yourself accountable and move accordingly. Well, man, shout out to my panel, man. Shout out to Coco. Shout out to Vince. Shout out to Joe, who was on here, checked in with us earlier. Appreciate y'all holding me down on the panel, man. Shout out to the comment section, man. Y'all went crazy tonight, man. Great comments, man. Great participation, man. Great support, man. We appreciate y'all. We definitely appreciate what y'all do, holding us down every Wednesday night, man. Supporting the platform, supporting the conversations, man. We appreciate y'all for sure. But, man, this is Kandid Konvos, man. We do this show every Wednesday night. We go live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, man. Hit that subscribe, man. And hit that notification, man, so you know when we drop content, man. Yeah, we always dropping some content, man. We got shorts flowing. We got videos flowing, you name it, man. So definitely turn on your notifications so you know when we drop content, man, for all of the supporters out there. But, man, with that being said, everybody have awesome nights. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.